Welcome back to Bat Fridays here on One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Batman 15 in the first story, Your Face is Your Fortune. A terrible fortune cookie-like title that tells you absolutely nothing about the story, and I have to keep reminding myself what the title is, and I know I get titles somewhat wrong every so often, but I would have no memory of this title at all. It's a Catwoman story, and you know how I've been complaining about how sexist 50s Superman has been. And to be honest, 40s Batman hasn't been horrifically sexist, but that's mostly because there hasn't been many women in the comic. Yeah, this story is pretty sexist. It's also just really poorly paced. So Catwoman is posing as a woman named Elva Barr. She works at a salon. Why is she doing this? Well, this gets revealed over time, but first I thought it was because she wanted to be part of this salon beauty pageant that Bruce was a judge for. But all this beauty contest exists for is so Bruce finds out that Catwoman has been working at a salon for some reason. There's no other reason for this contest. It's actually really quick, and he starts dating her, and she's actually really smitten by Bruce Wayne, seemingly to be into her. Not so smitten is Bruce's girlfriend, rarely seen, Linda Page. Honestly, I keep forgetting she exists because she hasn't really shown up. She had like 2 or 3 stories where she was important, and then she's sort of disappeared. Even this story, she doesn't show up for most of it until the end for one little twist reveal. She shows up in the first half of the story to read the gossip column and be really annoyed at Bruce, but never actually talking to Bruce, or supposedly talking to Bruce for a long time if I'm going by the continuity of these comics. But they follow Catwoman, and Catwoman is up to something. She's mainly using this job to get information, listening to these rich women, learning their voices, and making plaster casts of their face while they're doing facials, which, seeing how long that takes and how long a facial usually is, probably should have known something was up. Also, the fact it's really hard to breathe when you're making a plaster cast of someone. This is all to get into a rich wedding to rob it, which at this point Batman already knows what's up. Beat up some guys earlier at a bowling alley because we needed an action scene here. This is where the pacing's really off, because this is only halfway through the story, but this felt like climax of the story to the fact that they're beating up all the criminals and Batman confronts Catwoman in the climactic battle. Except Catwoman gets away because she reveals that she wants to go straight because she's in love with Bruce Wayne, and Batman's an idiot. And these comics are super sexist, like that women are always kind of like up to something and men are just naive fools. Though she's not exactly up to anything. She is in fact into Bruce to a point that she is going straight. She's actually going straight. And her and Bruce become engaged. This won't be the last time, but they never actually get married unless we're talking about the Tom King future world that may or may not be in continuity. Probably not in continuity unless Tom King is writing Batman. Or, of course, in the Black Label, sort of not in continuity, but sometimes maybe in continuity comics that are being published. At no point does he talk to Linda about any of this, which is what ends up backfiring on him. Now, there's also a troubling idea here that Selina is only going to go straight because the love of a good man, so... she was just waiting for one good man to fix her, huh? Yeah, there's troubling points in this comic. So, at this point, the comic has completely slowed down after like a really big action beat. The big climactic battle has led to what seems to be a resolution that's actually building up to the other climactic battle, which is not set up really all that appropriately. But Linda goes and visits Selina at the hairdresser salon, and Selina, now suspicious, finding out Linda is actually Bruce's girlfriend, decides to make a plaster cast of her and go out on a date with Bruce, where Bruce explains everything to Linda. You know, after the fact he got engaged with Selina. You know what? We all should dump Bruce. Bruce is an idiot, and continually an idiot in this comic. He figures out after Linda calls while he was out on a date with Selina Linda that his plans have all been ruined, and now that she is a woman scorned, she's going on a crime spree, leading to a climactic battle, the second one in this comic, at a dog show. This is all just set up for Catwoman to be defeated by running into a bunch of kittens. It's a pet show. There's also some other fun things, like a parrot inadvertently confuses the criminals shooting at Batman and Robin because it's yelling about a mutiny. I mean, that's at least fun. And so is Catwoman being defeated by kittens at this whatever pet show this was. But even with its sort of fun high points, it's completely lost in just bizarre story structure that just made everything feel slow after the second half of this comic. If Batman the Animated Series had done this story, they would have set up the whole Catwoman going straight in the first act. In fact, we would have just went to that. We wouldn't have had much of the Salon story. We would have just had her go straight to that crime, and for us to reveal that she's been in love with Bruce Wayne. We could have actually just shortened it and had the crime happen at the beauty pageant to really get this all together at the same time. So we could spend the next 2 acts dealing with the crutch of the story of Selina going straight and in love with Bruce, and Bruce tricking her the entire time and, being a jerk and really stupid. But they didn't do that. Now, I usually complain that structure in comic books, especially comic books at this time, should spend like the first half setting something up. And it did. But the way they chose to set it up led to a climax in the story, which led to maybe the bigger action scene of the two. So anything that comes after just feels like falling action, which leads to the story feeling slow and lethargic and, kind of over, even though it has half the story left. In my arguments about Superman and mobsters, the mobsters don't have a big climactic battle. It's just setting up how bad they are. So when Superman finally shows up, we get to a climactic battle in that second half. But here we decided to have a big climactic battle in the middle of the story. And that's really the big mistake of this comic. Okay, that is it from Batman 15 in the first story. Your Face is a Fortune. I don't like this title. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Mondays and Thursdays I cover a Superman story in either Action Comics or Superman. And please join us next time. Same Bat Day, same comic book channel. Have a great day.